Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the shop today. Today I'm going to be painting these cabinets. So my cabinet doors finally got here from Richelieu. Just got a shipping notification like a couple days ago, and I think they were coming from like Ontario actually, and they got here in like 2 days, which is awesome. Just in time for the weekend. So I'm going to be painting these with the Tremclad gloss fire red there on the bench, and using those paintbrushes, so it'll be matching the same color that I did along the front of the bench. If you want to check out that video, check out my previous video, and I'll link it down in the description below. So it's going to be the exact same color, and it's the cabinet doors for the lower cabinets and for the upper cabinets. So I'll get you set up on the time lapse. I'm going to be doing 2 coats on all these doors. There's 8 doors. There's 4 for the bottom, 4 for the top. So what I did here, I'm in my 10x10 shed. I wanted to have something set up where I could paint all 8 doors at the same time. So what I did was I took my old stand here, set up some legs, and then I had a long piece that was cut off from when we actually made the upper and lower cabinets. This was just a long strip, so it's about 8 feet. So I just tied it into the 2x4 walls there and set up all my boards, so now I can paint them all at once. So I'll do 1 coat, and I'll probably wait until tomorrow, Sunday, and then I'll do another coat and then let it dry and flash off and everything. And then once they're all dry, then I'll install them onto the cabinets. All right, so it's about a week later now. I've taken down the shelf setup where I was painting. Everything's dried now and cured fully. So I'm gonna work on drilling the holes for the hinges on the backs of the doors. So here's how the doors turned out. Pretty nicely, actually. Nice glossy finish to them. And there's for the upper cabinets. So I'm going to try the uppers first to drill the holes for the hinges. So these are the hinges I got. Blum hinges. They are face frame hinges. And I've got a special tool to drill the hinges that go on the back sides of these doors. I'll link this in the description below. Concealed Hinge Jig. Should allow me to set up a nice jig to drill the holes on the back sides of these. So I'll do a quick demo on one of the doors, or I'll probably just do one door first off camera, and then I'll do a quick demo on the back side of one of the doors to show you how I do it. I also got all my pulls that come with screws. Got all these from Richelieu. So they're just basic black pull handles. I'll drill all the holes for those and get them mounted, and then I'll be able to mount all the doors on. Test piece. Oh, soft close. Guess I can do it on the real one now. Okay, so I've done a test piece just using that scrap piece of plywood that I used to build the cabinets. So now I'll do the real thing, and I'll show you how to do using this jig and what the manufacturer recommends in terms of spacing. So what came with the hinges for the installation of these guys is an eighth inch to a quarter inch from the side of the door. So that's from this side and in. And what they recommend in the manual is they give you a specific indexer. So you set those indexing screws, these two screws there, to between an eighth inch and a quarter inch, and they give you the reference in millimeters. So eighth inch or quarter inch, anywhere between 3 and 6. So I'm setting mine to 4 to just be in between, and there's some adjustment on these hinges anyways, so it doesn't have to be perfect to begin with. So set those guys to 4, and then on the hinges here it says to go from a fifth of the door height in from the top or bottom of the door. So I've measured the door, it's about 20 inches, and this actually works out perfectly because the center of this to the edge of this is 4 inches. So all I have to do is go flush on this side, on the top and bottom when I'm doing that. So I'll clamp these guys down because I've got my correct height from the top and the bottom. Just got some cloth microfibers underneath to prevent scratching since I've already painted. Just get these clamps on. Okay, got one clamp on. Got the other. And then using this guy, I just check with my depth stop to make sure that, so the depth stop's up on the top here, to make sure that when I go through the door, I'm not actually going all the way through, because that would be bad. So I can actually chuck this guy up in the drill first. It's actually kind of handy. So there's that, and then that just mounts right into here. And then you can just literally get your drill going and then drill right through it. So I'll get my drill. Okay, now the easy part is I can just take this right out and then vacuum this mess up. I'll take my 1/8 inch drill bit here, and they actually have a guide for the screw holes using the Kreg jig. So I should make sure that I don't go all the way through, I guess. Just adjust my drill bit. Getting a phone call. Alright, so I just mounted these hinges in here with those screws. Screws came with the hinges, and then I marked 1/2 inch on the top and bottom, so that way when I go to mount it I can just line that up with the face frame of the hinge, and then I'll have 1/2 inch on the top and the bottom, and then these are 1/2 inch overlay hinges, so it'll be 1/2 inch over onto the side of the face frame. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that time lapse. That took me about, I'd say, an hour and a half, 2 hours to get all those 8 doors drilled and mounted. It was actually fairly simple to do. What I did was, for the pull handles, I just measured in 1 inch from the bottom and 1 inch from the side, and then up to the other hole for all of the mounts for the pull handles. And I think it turned out okay. And then on the bottoms, I just did it on the top side. So overall, that's what it looks like from back here. And this kind of finishes off my whole workbench project, which is awesome. It all ties in nicely, the red and the black. It looks really awesome with all the upper and lower cabinets and the pegboard. If you have any questions about anything in this entire project, the pegboard, the workbench, just look back in some of my previous videos I have of the projects coming together. And I'll link most of the products in the description box below. And thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this project. Cheers.